Book of the Week, The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. Hi and welcome everybody, it's Jason Barlow, RMT, and I'm here today as your therapist and as your coach to help you transform any stress, any tension, any pain into health, happiness, and vitality. Fridays, I love to share my book of the week, and this one is quite a read for any aspiring entrepreneur, business owner, anybody who currently owns a business, anybody who's wanting to grow their business. This book had a profound impact in my life, probably going back 20 years. And it was shared with me at a fitness conference by an Australian fitness professional who had basically created a turnkey business. That had gone from him teaching one to a few, to one to many, to him then recruiting more fitness professionals so that he could grow his business, and he became more the business owner, business manager behind the scenes, and he kind of let it go, right? Let it launch, so to speak. And so there's many different avenues we can take in any kind of business model, anything that we're fostering and creating for our business. You know, for me at this point in my career, I'm more than satisfied with where I'm at working one-on-one. Now, that being said, there's only a certain amount of time, there's only a certain amount of hours that I can work in a day, there's only a certain amount of money that I can charge per session. And for me to grow, and this is the whole premise behind me doing more of these videos, is to be able to reach a bigger audience. So leveraging ourselves within a business model becomes the key for growth from that point of view, especially if you're more like myself, who love the technical work, want to work one-on-one with people, and in essence, the nature of the job is one-on-one. There's obviously directions we can go. I did have in the past an experience of wanting to grow a clinic, have it larger, and have more people on board, and I just decided that that particular point, it was almost like going to be a second family. That, you know, I was managing one busy family at the current time with young kids, and I just felt like I needed time to myself, so to speak, by staying one-on-one, staying solo. Anyway, I'm kind of going off the beaten track a little bit, but also describing why this book is important from my point of view. And especially now as I start to grow my business beyond just me and beyond just working hands-on with people, this is a book that I'll be revisiting myself. But having read this before, it's a wonderful story. It revolves around the owner of an apple pie store, I think it is, and how she's working to the bone, making ends meet, but she wants to grow, and she loves to make apple pie. She loves to see people's reactions, responses. She's got a recipe from a grandma, and it's one of these beautiful stories. And she's then consulting with a coach, and this coach is Michael Gerber. The whole idea behind it is that there are three roles that we as a business owner have to fulfill. That is the technician, that is the entrepreneur, and that is the manager. Now, having read this book and lived it for many years now, I love the technical part of my job. I love working one-on-one with people, and the technician is definitely something that I'm continuing to master. The second part that I feel very driven by is the entrepreneur, these dreams and aspirations and goals and insights. And it's wonderful, but it's then assimilating that information and piecing it together and scheduling that and creating a routine where the third role of the business owner comes into play, which is the manager. And that's the one that for me was the weaker role that I wasn't fulfilling. This past year with COVID and shutdown, and give me a chance to reflect on my business, take an overview and go, okay, we need to manage this. This last year, I've become a better manager is what I'm trying to say. So the fundamentals remain the same. This is a book I read nearly 20 years ago. And it's, you know, for me, 20 years has been the progression to get to a point of going, oh, I get that. But we're all at different stages, aren't we, in life, in our personal experiences, our personal relationships, our career, our jobs. And maybe this lands with you right now, and maybe it doesn't, because it's not resonating with you. It's not where you're at. You're not a business owner. You're not an entrepreneur. You have no aspiration. But maybe 2 years from now, this might be something of interest to you. You might be listening to this 5 years from now, and you're like, wow, I wish I'd have heard this 5 years ago. And isn't it interesting? I just love the synchronicity and serendipity and these moments that just seem to just connect at the right times. And very often we can be forcing things. And the more relaxed I've become about that, more things have just flowed, and I've been okay with it. It's just this cool, interesting dynamic, right? Between being content, but also having goals and driving towards those, but having a contented mind as you go to it. Really interesting. Eventually, I'm sure I'll be able to describe that in a lot clearer manner than what I'm doing right now. But definitely go check out this book, because he's a lot clearer in helping you to define your business, grow your business, and especially if you're trying to create a business that you wish to sell, if you wish to have a turnkey business. You know, think of a McDonald's. A McDonald's has grown to such a scale, as we know in the world, where initially it was one business model that has been duplicated many times over. And Michael Gerber, in his research and his work and his experience, is helping teach all businesses, all entrepreneurs, to foster a very similar model of a turnkey business, understanding these three roles of the technician, the entrepreneur, and the manager, and how the three together have got to collaborate and work together, and eventually have recruited people, if you will, that will fulfill those roles for you. And the more people you're able to recruit, the more provision you're able to provide by way of service, and therefore potentially reaching a greater audience, and your business grows from that point. Thank you for joining me. I hope that's been of benefit. If you've already read this book, just leave some comments below in this video description, or wherever you're watching this, listening to this, as the case may be. Share what you've learned from the book. Let's get some interaction and dialogue going on. Really appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Enjoy your Easter break, whatever that looks like for you. I will be back on Monday, and thank you very much for your time. Remember, your muscle health is my #1 priority. How does this tie in with muscle health? Well, are you in any stress and tension as a result of a business that you own? This book will help relieve your stress and tension associated with your business, because it teaches you the models to help assist with that. Okay, take care, farewell, and we'll see you guys next week.